Da-na-na-na.
I love it. That's our official intro right now.
We're going to record that and put that into every single episode.
Da-na-na-na.
Very beautiful, sir.
Welcome to Guys Talking Fights.
Episode 7.
6?
7, dude.
7.
This is number 7.
Damn, we're doing good.
I know. We're doing all right.
Pretty good.
We've done 7 so far. Usually anything that doesn't continue goes to 8 and then ends. So if we do more than 8,
So our goal is 2 more.
if we do more than 8, then we've beat the average of failed podcasts.
Nice. All right.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Guys,
Let's jump right in.
let's jump right into
Doggone in.
Israel Adesanya, boys. Holy shit. He
Told you
looks
so.
good. I was wrong.
I was wrong on like the whole card.
I told you so.
You did, man. Congratulations.
Yep. Knew
I
he was
wish
going to
you-
finish it. Knew he had to finish him. If it was going to go 5 rounds, you knew that somewhere along the line Whitaker was going to hurt him. But Whitaker, I think, hurt him a quarter of a second before he got knocked out. I think that was the only truly solid punch he landed.
Yeah.
I think he last one
hit him
right
good one
before
time.
he got knocked out.
I agree. I was surprised, if you guys agree or disagree, that Whitaker didn't adjust from the first round to the second round.
I don't think he had time to adjust only because he was so rocked. He got knocked down
Completely
really
agree.
hard. I mean, I think given another 4 seconds, that fight was going to be over.
Agreed.
So
Yes.
I think that was just a recovery, and he recovered a little bit, but he didn't have time to adjust because it was literally just a recovering time.
Yep. He was swinging and missing, and it was surprising because Gastelum managed to get his hands on Adesanya, and Whitaker never did. And
Nope.
Whitaker's reach should be better. I mean,
It
he
is.
hasn't fought in a while.
He moves better,
but
too. If you watch how Whitaker covers distance, man, he is really, really good at covering distance.
The one thing that I heard today that kind of makes me think a lot is that there's some people coming out and saying, like, hey, going 10 rounds with Yoel Romero is basically going to kill anybody. And
You think he had some, residual effects from
that's
the
what some
Romero
people
fights?
are saying, is that
Sure,
it's
dude.
possible that his chin is diminished.
Well, he did have a lot of time off, and he is only 28 years old. But he
That
has
was
had
surprising
some. He
to me.
has
I
had
didn't
some
realize he
wars,
was that
though.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
28.
is young.
Yeah.
You would think Izzy's the younger guy.
Oh, most definitely.
Isn't he?
No, he's
Israel
30.
Adesanya is 30 years old.
I thought he was the younger guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, he's 30.
There you go.
I'm-
See,
I'm just
exactly,
wrong all the
dude.
time.
No, I'm not being wrong, but
that's
you
funny,
are
though.
wrong.
Definitely wrong.
Fucking idiot.
Interesting note, though, there was a slight foot injury. It looked like to Whitaker. I don't think it.
Yes.
I don't think it affected the
Some
fight.
sort of ankle, maybe.
Yeah, in the second round, he was kind of. It looked like he was using his right foot to almost looked like if you have an itch on your calf. He was using his foot to almost have itch something,
Right.
because they asked him about it afterwards, and he said he doesn't even remember doing that, and then he's totally fine.
He definitely threw a kick with it. After I thought he heard it,
Yeah.
he definitely threw a kick with it.
But they did ask him about it, and he did say he doesn't even remember doing anything with his leg.
The guy had just got knocked out.
He did it. He did it 3 times. True, but he even had the interview in the octagon after he got, and he didn't get completely flatlined. He got
Right.
knocked down. He got TKO'd, but he wasn't completely out of it, out cold.
Right.
And he sounded fine. He was talking fine. He was walking on his own. He wasn't completely fucked up, and he just said he doesn't remember doing anything with his leg, and that he was totally fine and had no injuries.
You'll see later. There'll be something that comes out. I don't think it's going to be anything big. I think it's a rolled ankle.
It's probably
Something
nothing.
like that.
Or literally had an
Ligament
itch on
in
his
his
fucking
ankle.
leg, and he was
it's
scratching
possible.
it,
That's possible. But he did
in
look
the middle
like
of
he
a fight,
was
which is
slightly limping
weird.
a little bit.
Yeah, it did look. He looked weird on it, but either way, man, Adesanya surprised me. He really did. He surprised the fuck out of me.
I was
And
surprised
he
how
looked really
easy
good.
it looked.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be that easy. I thought he'd get caught with a couple. I thought his face would look closer to what it did after the Gastelum fight as opposed to looking like nothing really happened. Like I'm saying, his only big punch that he caught was the one right before he knocked him out. That was the only one. And he ate it to land 2 more and knock him out. But
Yeah.
that was it.
So, Adesanya now is apparently going to be fighting Paulo Costa.
Yep.
Most likely.
Yep.
What did he call him? What did he call Paulo Costa?
Little T-Rex arms.
Well, you also call him inflated balloon animal or something like
Yeah,
that.
like an overinflated balloon animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
Fucking hilarious.
Sort of.
I'm actually really glad that that's going to happen because you got like the muscle-bound strength guy of Paulo and like these weird Anderson Silva style, not even, like just it's his own style.
He's a better striker than Silva is.
He is the style bender.
Yeah. I think it's going to go roughly the same way.
Yeah?
I think it'll probably last a little bit longer.
You think Paulo Costa can take a shot a little better than Whitaker? Whitaker's got a hell of a chin.
I think only because he only went 3 rounds with Yoel Romero.
Not 10.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were slamming each other in the chin.
Yeah.
I think Paulo Costa is, 13-0? He's undefeated.
He won't be in, 4 months?
Whenever they fight. I think Adesanya was saying January, February he'd like to fight again. He doesn't have any injuries. He's fresh. He feels good. Paulo Costa obviously should be good to go.
He did say he was dealing with an injury through training camp.
Adesanya?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did say.
Most fighters
about
are.
That today. How he was glad that he did his Las Vegas stuff. He made like a trip to Vegas a couple months ago and did a ton of press for this, so that he didn't have to do as much once he was in Australia for the fight. And so once he was in Australia, he was just good to go. But he was saying that
Interesting.
He took a week off to do that thing in Las Vegas, and he thought it was good because he was a little nicked up. Yep.
Oh, he looked fucking fine.
Oh, he looked great.
I had no idea he was hurt.
One-handed cartwheel ahead of.
I feel like most guys probably fight hurt.
Oh, at least a little bit. I don't think there's anybody that's ever going to go into these fights like 110%.
Like completely fine with zero injuries.
I don't think so either.
Before the fight, they'll be like, "Oh, this is the best I've ever felt. That was an easy weight cut. That was an easy training camp." They always say that.
Except for Cowboy. It's like, yeah, weight cut fucking sucks.
I was going to say, or Mike Perry.
Yeah. Man, fuck this shit, man.
Look like he's about to die in the interview stand.
Basically. So, let's see. If Paulo Costa and Adesanya do fight each other, who you got, Ryan?
I'm taking Adesanya on that one.
Oh, me too.
Me, 3.
I bet against him, against Whitaker, and I sorely regret
I
that.
thought Gastelum was going to beat him, too.
Yep.
And he proved me wrong. He's proved me wrong in the last 2 fights, so I'm done going against Adesanya. He proved so much to me in this fight. He proved a lot when he fought Anderson Silva. He proved a lot when he fought Calvin Gastelum. And this fight right here just kind of solidified me just having... I don't know who the fuck's going to beat him.
Fighter of the year?
Yeah. I think so. I can't think of anybody else.
He had a great
fight. That would be the only other one.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with...
I would go with Adesanya, man.
See, the thing we were talking about, I think we talked about it last week, was that the reason that Anderson Silva and Israel Adesanya went to a decision was because Israel subconsciously didn't want to finish him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
The fact that he was able to knock down Gastelum a bunch of times and then finish Whitaker just kind of makes you think there's no way that he isn't capable of finishing Anderson Silva at this point. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the things that I think would be held against him if Jorge Masvidal manages to win in a couple weeks against Nate Diaz, because, I mean, knocking out
Can't
Darren
wait for that
Till,
fight, by the way.
Knocking out Darren Till and then getting the fastest knockout in UFC history while taking a guy's, lost virginity in the process in Ben Askren.
Pretty much.
And then if he does beat Nate Diaz, I mean, that's a solid 3 fights.
Yeah, you got an argument there for either one of those 2 guys for sure.
But
I
obviously,
think Adesanya has more fights this year. Yeah, exactly. So,
and Adesanya might have fight of the year too.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
him and Gastelum.
Yeah, exactly.
That's up there for sure.
At the same time, we're gonna get a 5-round fight, I think.
Most likely it'll go 5. You would
with
imagine.
Diaz and Masvidal.
We'll find out. We'll find out when we get there.
I would think.
What do you guys got next for Whitaker?
For Whitaker,
any ideas? I would like to see him fight. If you don't mind me throwing it out there, I'd like to see him fight Jared Cannonier. I think that'd be a cool fight. It'd be a good fight for both guys.
That way, if Whitaker is truly... I mean, it'd be weird to say that you don't think that he wants to fight for a title again, but if he's truly looking to fight for a title again, then I think it would be if he beats Cannonier, if Israel Adesanya beats Paulo Costa, then they just fight again in, 7 months? July?
I actually...
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Something like that?
I actually have someone different than you.
Go ahead, dude.
Gastelum. I was really looking forward to
Sure.
Gastelum versus Whitaker. Never happened. Yeah, Gastelum does have a fight lined up against Till coming up here pretty soon.
So maybe not Gastelum, but maybe the winner of Till and Gastelum. Whitaker fights the winner.
I mean, I really
That would be such a tough second fight for Till. I mean, that's a tough first fight for Till.
Yeah, but it's his first fight. It's his first fight at 185. Like, you don't just go up there, win one fight after coming off 2 losses, and then get a title shot.
Oh no, I wouldn't think he got a title shot.
Oh, you're just saying that it's a tough fight.
No, I like.
no.
You're just mentioning that it happens to be 2 really tough fights.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, if you beat Kelvin Gastelum, like, they're not going to give you an easier fight. They're going to give you the next toughest
but
fight
I
if you
just
win,
mean,
right?
like, holy shit, your first your entrance to that division is like, hey, let me go to war with Kelvin Gastelum, and then maybe the guy that's like the hottest in the division that's not named Israel Adesanya and
Right.
Jared Cannonier.
Yeah, sure.
No. I would like to see Till versus. So if Till beats Gastelum,
Sure.
yeah, he probably should fight Whitaker. But regardless of Till Gastelum, I want Gastelum to fight Whitaker. That's what I want. Because I need to see that because I got myself pumped up for that fight. And it
Even if Gastelum loses?
Even if Gastelum loses, because then it actually makes sense because they both lost.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but then Gastelum will be coming off 2 losses in a row.
So.
He'll be coming off 2 losses in a row. Cannonier on 3 knockouts in a row.
Does
And Whitaker he lost the fight, but he lost from being the champ. Lost 1 fight, lost the championship.
awful long
I wouldn't give him
layup.
Gastelum coming off 2 losses. I would give him Cannonier coming off 3 wins. And I would think Cannonier would deserve that more than Gastelum to fight the former champ.
true?
Cannonier definitely.
He's up there. He's ranked 5th now.
That'd be tough to. Even if Till beats Gastelum, that'd be tough to say that he's going to fight 2 top 5 guys immediately.
Well, Gastelum's ranked, I think, 4.
Exactly.
3 or 4.
And
So if
then-
Till beats him,
And then you'd have him fight Cannonier right after that.
sure,
No.
that could be a fight.
No, it definitely
Or-
would be, but it's just crazy to have Darren
or
Till
Whitaker.
come in and be like, "Oh, holy shit! I'm just going to skip half the."
That's what I'm saying. Whitaker
Well, I mean,
versus-
it's not. I mean, they chose to
that
give him
anybody
a
that I'm
top
looking
4
at is
guy
really-
coming right up. You know,
we'll
That's
find
just
out.
crazy to me that they would give.
it's a weird first fight to just throw him a guy like Calvin Gastelum.
I think they're giving it to him because
Kinda
he's
weird.
the smallest guy.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so.
It's because he's small.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I think
'cause
that's
he's
exactly
short?
what it is because it's a guy that is not going to have some monster reach on him. That's just going to.
Do you think they're trying to kind of feed Till a win? Maybe they see that as like
I don't see
He's
that.
one
young,
of
but I
the
think
one of a
Gastelum's
top ranked
not
guys
old
that they
either, though.
believe that Till has the best chance of beating to kind of get him, just put him right up there in the top of the rankings
I don't
at
think this is.
185.
I don't think this is a gimme fight at
I
all
don't-
for Till.
Not saying it's a gimme, but maybe maybe I'm not saying they're doing it.
If
but
he were to win, this would
maybe
be
the
easiest
UFC
win.
saw Gastelum, saw Till, and said, Till, you're moving up. We really want to build your name, so we're just going to throw you right into the top 5 at a weight division you've never fought in before and give you a matchup against someone who you have a
Just
lot of
fought
size
for
and
an
reach
interim
on
title.
that we think maybe, you have a good chance of beating.
I mean,
Maybe, because in my mind, it makes more sense for Till to jump up and maybe fight like...
I wouldn't word it as
I don't know.
a good chance of beating. I would say the best chance of beating.
Like the best matchup for Till?
Exactly. That's the only matchup where you would say, like, yeah, I think he's got a shot right away. Because all those other top 5 guys are like, I don't think so.
All this being
True,
said,
true.
I think Gastelum beats Till, so anyway.
I think so, too.
I think he knocks
if
him out.
I think he either knocks him out or just wrestles him.
I think Till
I
just gets
mean-
knocked out again.
I think Till should have fought someone a little lower ranked than
It's just
Gastelum.
crazy to me.
I mean, when you're offered a fight like that, you take
Oh,
it,
yeah.
but
Yeah, most definitely. You can't hate on Till for that.
I mean,
yeah, it's a
I
huge
don't-
opportunity. You don't turn
That's
that down.
crazy, though.
Gastelum just fought for the title
Exactly.
at the beginning of the year, and now, well, yeah,
And had a good... he got a loss, but he didn't lose any stock, really. His
No,
stock didn't
no,
really
no.
go down in that fight. If
No.
anything, it even went up.
We were
I
just
think we've
talking about
mentioned
it.
that before.
Barring something crazy in the next 3 months, that's going to be fight of the year.
Yeah.
Israel Adesanya and Kelvin Gastelum.
But
Yeah.
bringing it back to Israel, I'm really happy that he's now champ and everything
Sure.
because this guy has the qualities to be a star.
Yeah,
Most
absolutely.
definitely.
He's got the charisma. He's got the skill set. He's young enough. I'm
He's
like,
got Shaq and The Rock both hitting him up on Instagram going, yo, you're my favorite fighter going right now.
He's got stuff going on outside the octagon with his anime and everything.
He wants to hook up with Marvel.
That.
He wants to hook up with Marvel and do something with them.
He has to.
Yeah.
He has
collaborate with them.
Yeah, just be cool enough to have him do anything.
Yeah.
Anything with them.
Agreed.
Even if he just shows up in a movie somewhere as like some background character or something like that, they do that all the time with people. I mean, the fact that George St. Pierre was in Captain America a few years ago. So
Really?
You didn't know that?
Nope.
Yeah, he was like a main bad guy that fought Captain America in a movie.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
I'm gonna have to go watch that.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
But I think he has the qualities to be a star.
Most definitely.
100%, dude. 100%. Would never argue with that at all. Let's just moving down the card. We'll go right to Dan Hooker winning a decision against Al Quinton. God fucking damn it.
I think we all called that one wrong.
We did. We all took Al. Dan Hooker picked him apart, man. He fucking beat him.
Yeah.
Made it look easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess there's part of you that when you think back, you go, okay, well, since there's a guy that kind of fights a little bit like Cowboy, hey, maybe you should have seen it coming a little bit.
Yeah, they have very similar styles.
That, is just a long striker, so, okay.
Speaking of Cowboy, I think that's a really good fight for Dan Hooker. I know Hooker did call out Dustin Poirier after he got his win.
Weird.
Called out Dustin Poirier. He's just shooting for the highest guy he thinks he might be able to get a fight against. I don't think Poirier wants that fight.
That is
I think that's the last fight
mean,
Poirier would want to have. He gains pretty much nothing from it if he does win.
I feel bad for Al. Al just went from being 4th in the division to fighting a guy that's 15th, and now he's going to drop like crazy.
Yeah,
Hooker
Al
was
sucks
15th.
for him. He was 15th.
I thought he was 14th, but either way.
Even if,
Either way, dude.
he's bottom,
15, 14,
bottom of
same
the
thing.
ranked guys in that division.
Not really near the top 10. And
He didn't just lose a fight. I mean, like, he lost
he
that
didn't look
fight.
good.
30-26.
Hooker looked so good, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
Especially
He'll jump up to, maybe 7,
He
6,
can't hop Barboza, though. That's the
6,
thing.
7, 8, somewhere in
And
there.
Barboza
Al
just
dropped
fell a
down to
little
like
bit.
8 or 9, probably.
Well,
Hooker, I would imagine Hooker will be one of, not that rankings are super important, but Al's probably staying in the top 10. He'd probably be
definitely
down
Al's
at the bottom,
6.
and then Hooker is probably going to be right above him
Who's number
after
9?
that win.
Who's number 9 and 10?
Edson and Anthony Pettis. The thing is
Pettis
Yeah.
gets knocked out, definitely.
it is
Pettis
such
gets
a
knocked out of the
weird
top 10.
spot there. Oh my God, it is such a pile of dudes. Which sounds weird.
That's the thing with it.
So you got 5 through 11, okay?
Go ahead. Hit us.
Cerrone, Iaquinta, Felder, Kevin Lee, Edson Barboza, Anthony Pettis, Gregor Gillespie.
Okay, the other fight, and
Holy
Gregor
fuck.
Gillespie has a fight against Kevin Lee
Lee.
coming up.
So that'll
Gillespie
kick Kevin Lee right the fuck out of the
So
division.
Cowboy would be a good fight for Dan Hooker, or Paul Felder. That's the other fighter I was actually going to say I would like to see Dan Hooker fight next.
Before he fights Edson Barboza again.
Ooh.
Well, that's the thing is I actually mentioned it I was talking to Eric about this, and he was saying too soon for them, even for Hooker and Barboza to fight again.
I think
Have it be their next fight, be against each other a third time. I think I'd agree with that.
I think
That
it's
You
just-
talking Hooker and I'm talking
No,
Hooker
no.
and Barboza.
Oh, okay. I would say, Hooker and Barboza too. Yeah, no, I don't want to see
Paul
them fight
Felder,
again.
they just fought. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
want
yeah.
them to have one fight and then fight each other again, regardless of win or lose.
Yeah.
I may be cool with a third fight, but I feel like it would be too soon.
I
Same
feel
thing
like
with
there's
Hooker
so
and
many
Barboza
guys
as
in that
well.
division that you gotta start shooting around a little bit.
Yeah, but I'd like to see a Cerrone coming off a couple losses, but one of the biggest names in that division, one of the most recognizable names.
See
And
him
if you
fight
beat him,
Paul Felder?
you really prove something to everybody. Or a Paul Felder.
I think that would be a good one.
Both
Cerrone
really good
and
matchups,
Felder.
I think, too.
Cerrone and Felder, because they've basically
No,
fought
Hooker
him.
and Felder.
Hooker and Felder?
Or Cerrone and Felder. God damn it, that division's so fucking crazy. But I'm specifically talking
That's the
Hooker
thing,
right now.
Hooker is so
Specifically focused
low.
on Hooker coming off this win against Al. I say he fights next either Cerrone or Paul Felder are the two most reasonable fights that he's probably gonna get offered. Is
I
gonna
know
be
who's
one of
sitting
those
at
two guys. I
14?
don't see him getting offered a fight or accepting a fight. Dustin Poirier accepting that fight.
I don't think
Unless
so
he has
either.
no other options.
No, I don't
It
think
just
so
doesn't make
either.
sense. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Mhm.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Islam Makhachev.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's what?
Islam
14.
Makhachev. He just
14.
he just fought on
And
a
he's
Khabib
just kind
Poirier
of sitting
fight.
there, yeah. So it's kind
Didn't
of one
Kevin
of those
Lee want to
things.
fight him, and now he's fighting Gregor instead?
Kevin Lee wants to fight everybody. Because
He wants to fight Khabib.
he's,
Except
like,
for Khabib.
thirsty.
He doesn't. He literally was saying,
He said he'll come down
I'm
and fight
not
Khabib.
focused on Khabib. I don't care about him.
Yeah,
He's an
he
idiot.
changes his mind.
Let's
day
not-
to
let's
day.
not
He
go
says
there.
whatever the hell he wants. So don't pay attention.
Right,
Hooker
absolutely.
Felder. Hooker Felder. Now that you mention it, I'm calling that one.
You like the Hooker Felder?
Yep.
I'll take Cerrone too, but yeah, either one of those two guys I'd be happy with. It makes the most sense.
I think you'd piss off a couple guys in that division, only because you've got Islam sitting there going, "Hey, what the fuck? I was just super dominant in my last fight. Like, let me fight somebody top 10."
Who did he fight though?
Sure.
That's true.
He could take the winner of Kevin Lee and Gregor Gillespie. Islam could.
So he's gonna fight Gregor Gillespie.
Yeah, so when Gregor Gillespie beats Kevin Lee, and then Kevin Lee acts surprised again, even though he fucking definitely lost without a doubt in everybody's
He'll be out cold
eyes.
with his eyes crossed, and he'll get up, go, "What? I didn't win the decision."
It was fucking ridiculous. You guys,
Dude, it's the second
the judges
round.
stole that fight from me, even though I know I got knocked out. But the judges, they stole that fight from me. It was ridiculous.
You know what was funny was
I took him down 7 times before I got knocked out.
I took him down 7 times, did nothing on the ground, then got knocked out. But I definitely won that fight.
what I find
I'm in my bag right now.
What I find funny is last time, like, he was just sitting there, like, moping in the corner, and they came over to interview him, and he didn't say anything. He was, like, trying to be, like, in his emotions or something.
I hate him.
And they started walking away. He's like, no, hang on, just give me a second. Yeah, he's like, come back. And then he's, like, stood there for another second, and then he was like, I don't know what happened. And then he just started going on about his bullshit. But,
Yeah.
like,
Anyway.
they
Not good,
didn't
that's
want
what
to
happened.
interview him. Yeah.
Anyway, honorable mentions from the prelims from this weekend. Brad Riddell
Oh,
Okay.
fucking up Jamie Malarkey.
Yeah.
Fucking him up.
that was brutal.
UFC debut. He's 3-0 now.
So the last 3 fights we've talked about: Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker.
Yep. And now Brad Riddell. He City Kickboxing. They're
City
all in the
Kickboxing.
same. They're all from the same camp, and they all had phenomenal performances. If you said, Brad Riddell and Jamie Malarkey, they had fight of the night.
Yes.
They did.
Rightly so.
They
And it's
got
cool
fight
to
of the
see
night.
a prelim fight, not even the main fight
Am
on the
I
prelims, getting fight of the night. That was
wrong?
nice. It was a beautiful fight.
Am I wrong saying it was definitely his debut, Riddell's debut in the UFC?
It was,
It might
I
have been
believe,
Malarkey's,
I
too.
believe it was
think they're-
both of their debuts.
That's what I thought.
It's funny because Malarkey has some MMA fights. I think he was like 12-3 or 12-4 or something like that going to this
He
fight.
wasn't bad. He
And
just had
Brad
a
Riddell
gigantic
was only
head.
2-0. He only had 2 fights so far, but Riddell looked phenomenal. I think he
Yeah.
really impressed. He got fight of the night, rightly so.
What was Riddell's record going in?
2-0. Now he's 3-0.
He only had 2 MMA fights.
Yeah, and it was his first fight in the UFC. It was his UFC debut.
He's fairly young.
He looked like he would have had more experience,
Yeah,
right?
I
he
thought-
looked really good. He
I
looked
really
like
thought that was more than
kinda
just
old-
his third pro
I wouldn't
fight.
have called him a seasoned veteran, but he looked like he would have had way more than just 2 fights.
Wow.
I don't know
Only
what
thing
his
is you gotta think about who
history
you're
is, if he
training
was a
with.
wrestler, if he was a kickboxer prior, but I mean, when you're training with guys like Dan Hooker and Israel Adesanya, you're in the same camp with those
Seriously.
fucking killers. Like,
Seriously.
that shit rubs off, and obviously, I mean, City Kickboxing, so they're just doing whatever they're doing. They're doing
I think
it right,
I
man.
heard Ariel Helwani say that the guys and girls from that gym this year that have fought in Bellator and UFC are like 12-0. Or
That's
something like
insane.
that. Yeah.
Well,
That's crazy. Because all 3 of those guys looked
Hooker-
amazing.
He hasn't fought another time this year, right? Because the Barboza fight was last year, I think.
no, I think the Barboza fight was earlier this year.
Was it?
Hooker did fight since the Barboza fight, though. I don't know who he fought.
Oh, you're right.
No, he knocked out James Vick.
Ooh, that's
He
exactly
knocked out
what it
James
is.
Vick like a few months ago.
So that must be what it is. Because
Yeah.
it was probably
So
late
maybe he
last
fought
year
Barboza.
that he lost to Barboza.
Yeah, or it was either. I feel like it wasn't that long ago. I feel like it was early this year. It's not
Yeah, I'll
that
look it up.
important.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
it's not that important, but
Not really. But...
either way. But yeah, so yeah, that camp, man, it's fun to see another camp really making a name for themselves, especially not in the United States.
Not
They're
in the
over,
US.
they're
Yeah,
over
no,
in
that's
fucking
awesome.
Good for
over in
them.
New Zealand. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, good for them.
Good for them, definitely.
And then the other fight.
December 15th.
Okay, you're right. Cool.
Yeah.
So December 15th, and then
Yeah. So
he knocked out James Vick, and
Hooker's
then
won 2 this year. And...
pretty much dominated Ally Quinta, which none of us saw coming. So
No, man, that's just crazy.
goddamn.
All right.
Al needs to, I think, adjust something. He's heavy boxing. He's heavy on that front leg, and his last 2 fights, Cerrone,
Got that
and
leg
then,
kicked out right from under him both
Yeah.
times.
yeah,
And then Hooker.
multiple times. You guys like.
Well, I think he lost to Cerrone, then beat Kevin Lee, and now he lost to. I think, unless I have
think
those
you're
two
right.
mixed up. It doesn't matter. Either way, it was either Kevin Lee then Cerrone or Cerrone then Kevin Lee, and now Hooker. So
And you look
Cerrone,
at it and you go,
Cerrone,
guy that's
and
not a striker beats him, and then
Yeah.
2 strikers in a row and he loses.
Cerrone did the same thing. I think Al was limping out. I think he was in a wheelchair.
Yep.
For a little while after he fought Cerrone, and
It's 2
his leg
guys
was
that are
his
just
leg
gonna
was fucked up. He had to
whoop your
go.
front leg.
Yep, he had to switch. He had to go southpaw. And that's not
And
his
if you're
strong
not a good
stance.
southpaw, then that's not gonna.
Yeah, it's not that he's not a good one, but that's not his strong suit.
Well, but
right?
that's the thing. You have guys that yes, you can switch and you can throw from the other side, and then you've got
Which he can, but
Max
that's-
Holloway and Israel
Oh yeah,
Adesanya,
which doesn't matter
and
how
guys
they
that just switch stances constantly and keep.
Yeah, and
throwing.
that's not Al. So I think
No.
he needs to kind of maybe
That's not typical
think about.
boxers
He's
at
still
all.
youngish. You know, he's maybe think about adjusting his game just a little bit.
He might
Perhaps
even want
just
to think about dropping
something
down.
to think about for him.
That wouldn't even be the worst idea.
featherweight.
in the world.
Also,
There's-
Al
there's
did look
so many
small against
dudes
Hooker,
at
dude.
155.
Al did look kind of small against Hooker and against Cowboy. Well, Cowboy, granted, he's a little
Well,
on
those
the bigger
are
side
both
for
tall
155.
guys. Those are both 6
Yeah,
foot guys
for sure. But just
Well,
saying.
but then you think like if for some reason he gets a shot at the title, then he's just I guess no, I'm not thinking of the right division anyway.
That's all
I'm
good.
thinking Izzy again, and
You're
I'm
good.
going. That's a dude that's 6'4". That dude would definitely kick the leg out from under
Oh,
him
Jesus
at
Christ.
length.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has El Iaquinta fought Edson Barboza? Because
that's a
Barboza
good
would kick his
question.
legs right off.
Barboza fought Kevin Lee,
Yeah,
but I don't see no.
Kevin Lee
doesn't look
fucked him
like
up too.
it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
That's crazy.
Megan Anderson getting the submission in the first round.
That was awesome. She looked pretty good. I know you
Surprised
guys
she
say
was
you
on the
didn't see the
prelims?
first. No, I'm not surprised she was on the prelims.
Not surprised. I was
Um,
surprised just because Holly Holm got canceled. Who she's gonna fight? She was gonna fight
Raquel Pennington.
Raquel Pennington. So
yeah.
that fight got canceled. I was surprised they didn't move her in this Zara Farn Dos Santos lady up to maybe that spot.
The thing
being that
is they didn't
Megan
even.
Anderson is from Australia.
Yeah,
Not that it matters, but I was just kind of surprised to see that. But hey, she looked fucking good. She needed a win
yeah,
really
she
bad,
did.
and it was fun to see her get a submission win, being that she is known as a striker, and she gets a
Yeah.
submission win in
Yep.
the first round.
Yep.
I don't know much about this. The lady she fought, Zara, that she fought was her UFC debut.
She was a boxer. She was a champion boxer,
Okay.
and I think she has 3 brothers. They're all boxers.
Okay.
Yeah, so striking background.
Yep.
Striking background. I know you guys said you didn't see like the first 30 seconds or so of the fight. Girl came right at her, landed a couple. I don't think stunned her necessarily, but I think surprised her right away.
That she came out so strong.
She ended up pressed up against the cage fairly
Yeah,
early in that
we
fight.
finally had the fight on, we did miss the first 30 seconds. Me and Ryan did, and when we got the fight on, they were both up against the cage.
Yes, and she had her back against the cage.
Yes.
Girl had her pressed against the cage. Yes.
Yes.
She had pounded her a couple times and pressed her up against there. So
Yep.
I was worried initially because obviously I was cheering for Megan.
Of course. Me too.
So
Always will be. Pretty much no matter who she fights.
So I was worried initially. I'm excited to see her fight again. The only problem that we've talked about with her a couple times is there's just nobody there.
And she can't make 135.
No, she can't make 135. She talks about how she still wants a shot at Cyborg.
So she knows
Which
the
obviously
UFC
she can't fight Cyborg now unless she
Yeah,
wants
she
to move over to
wants to
Bellator.
her.
I don't think she's gonna have a choice. I think the UFC is gonna cut 145 completely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want them
Timeline?
to. What was that?
Got a timeline for that? Any ideas? Like, just off the top of your head, like, do you have
2020 is going to be the last year that we see 145ers
think so?
in UFC.
You don't think they'll sign more? You think they're just going to kind of let everyone fight out their contract and just...
There's
It
gonna
depends
get
if somebody shows up. If they all of a sudden get some girl that comes out of nowhere that's 23, 24 years old and puts hands on Amanda Nunes at 145, then
Do you guys think
maybe.
that maybe they're past being able to build a whole division around
That's
just
the
one
problem.
fighter? Do you think maybe they're hoping that Megan can be that person?
Without being a
And she
dick,
just
one
kinda
female fighter, yes.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening.
Then you got obviously Amanda Nunes, but she can obviously
that's the
has
thing.
proven that she can go back and forth between 135 and
That's
145
why they're
with
not
no
that
problem
worried
and
about
still
her.
perform fantastic in both divisions.
That's why they're not
naturally.
worried about her.
Yeah.
It's because I don't think she's going to put up some huge stink if they decide to get rid of that other division.
Yeah, because she'll just fight at
'Cause she's the
135
champ
and
at
just
135, and she'll
whatever.
just dominate at 135.
gotta imagine it's kind of hard. Be hard for her to for Amanda to make 135.
It's possible. She is pretty bulky.
What? I mean, hey, she does it though, right?
She's strong.
She's been doing it for the last at least 5 or 6 years in the UFC, I think.
Yeah, she's doing it.
How tall is she? Because she may walk around at like right around 150 anyway, so it might not be an insane weight cut.
That's true.
I mean, 10, 15 pounds isn't that crazy.
Yeah.
And she's only fought in the UFC at 145 for a solid 1 minute total.
That's
So,
Pretty much. That's
So
very true.
crazy.
She has 1 minute total fight time of 145, and she's the champ.
And I love Megan, but if
Yep.
she gets into a ring with Amanda Nunes or Chris Cyborg and doesn't manage to take it to the ground and choke
Immediately.
them out, then she's gonna get knocked out.
Yep. It was a nice triangle, though.
It was.
I'll
it
give
was
her
a very
that.
nice
It was
triangle.
good.
And the
It was a
nice,
good submission.
the thing that if you're watching,
She's
it,
young. She'll improve. She'll keep getting better. She's
Oh,
a
she
young
will
fighter.
keep
She's
getting
still
better,
in her late 20s or something, 28,
but
something
she's
like that.
not much younger than
27,
Amanda
28.
Nunes.
No.
Yeah.
No,
And Amanda Nunes is gonna keep getting better. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Ryan, I don't necessarily
And-
think you're wrong, dude. I think if they don't sign
They got
some
Felicia
girls
Spencer that's younger
soon,
than both
yeah,
of them.
Felicia
and that's-
Spencer, Megan Anderson, Amanda Nunes, Kat Zingano's gone now.
Yep.
Holly Holm can fight. She fights at 145 as well.
Jermaine Durandamy can fight at 145. She was the
Durandamy.
champ.
Yep.
She's fighting in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But at 135.
Or wait, a month?
Yeah.
Month about?
Coming
Something
up.
like that.
It's coming up soon. We got fights every fucking weekend.
Yeah.
Till like the end of the year almost.
It's weird. There's going to be a big break in November, though.
Oh, thank God. I kind of need a
Yeah,
break.
there's
Yeah,
like-
November
there's like a
2nd, and
2-week
then
break.
there's
And
like
then it's
after
like
that.
the end of the month. It's like, November
That's cool. I'm okay
26th.
with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I had a lot of fights. As much as I love them, like slow everything down.
Right.
Just
Right.
step back for a minute. Just take a deep
Yep.
breath. Let everything just kind of settle,
That's
and
the
then
good and
jump back
bad
into
of
it.
them signing a deal with like a big
Yeah, it's
name company.
Fucking love
like
the fights.
ESPN.
Never get sick of watching them. It's
Wow.
just it's a lot to take in. It's just constant, nonstop. Just kind of let everything settle for a couple weeks. It'll be good. Just good for fighting. Just good for everything. Yo, this weekend, boys. You ready to move on?
Yeah,
Got
let's
anything
do
else
it.
you want to talk about from this past weekend?
Um,
Anything at all?
Hairy bodysuit.
Hairy bodies.
That's all I got.
We all thought that Tai
Tafa.
Tai Tuivasa was going to win.
Yep.
He got choked out by Spivak.
Tuivasa needs to go to the drawing board and really figure out what he's gonna do
We had like a
as
tiny
far as
conversation
his
about
fighting
this.
style, because what he's doing right now is just not working.
It's-
He's a tough dude. He throws heavy hands, but
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
You have a difference between the guys that are technical, good heavyweights, Francis Ngannou, Daniel Cormier, Stipe Miocic, and then you have big guys that are just out there throwing hands, Derek Lewis, Tai Tuivasa, guys like that.
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
Fuck him.
Oh my God. You know how bad he'd get fucked up against any of those top level guys. Oh my
We
God.
might see it someday. You never
oh
know.
my God.
The only
Was he 3-0 right now? He had
Yeah,
3
okay.
fights, 3 wins.
Whatever.
Just saying.
The
And
only
that cheap
takeaways-
knee.
Yeah.
yeah. The no contest or whatever it was, disqualification. The only takeaways I have from the fights, other than what we already have listed, Justin Tafa is Tai Tuivasa's identical twin,
Weird as fuck,
identical
right?
tattoos. He got knocked unconscious badly, and Tuivasa got choked unconscious badly.
Yep. What was the dude's name? Jorgen De Castro.
Yes.
Knocked out Justin Tafa.
He actually
Beautiful
won.
knockout.
He won a performance of the night bonus for that.
The performance of the nights for him and Izzy.
Yep.
Yep.
Again, surprised that Hooker and Al didn't get anything. Or surprised that Hooker
They were
didn't get
just
performance
unlucky
of the
that
night
other
or
two-
We're so good.
fight of.
Yeah.
I guess because fight of the night, because I guess Riddell and Malarkey.
Yeah.
It was a little back and forth. I mean, Malarkey did land some good shots.
I think it was
He
just
kept
that
going. He
neither
was
one
taking
of
a
them went
beating
out.
and just.
Yeah.
'Cause they both kind of just
Malarkey was hurt.
come on, let's do this.
They both went all out. Yeah.
That shot from
Riddell
the knees
just-
right before the end of the round is
God.
like one of my favorites ever.
Yes.
I think Malarkey
End of the
was
third
like,
round.
oh, it's about to be over. Bam!
Yeah. They're both on the ground. Yeah.
It was
Riddell just
great.
looked up. He's like, "Oh, your face is right there." Oops.
See ya.
So
That was
good.
great.
Joanna
great.
and Jacek
Moving on next
and
week.
the karate hottie Michelle Watterson
Yeah.
fighting this Saturday.
Young Jacek is a gigantic favorite.
I'm not surprised,
Me neither.
Yeah.
motherfuckers. I
Me
think
neither.
on Joanna's worst day and on Michelle's best day, it's a close fight. Joanna still takes it, but I don't think Michelle's gonna have her best day. And I don't think Joanna's gonna have her worst day.
Have you seen what Michelle looks like?
Yeah, she's
right
gorgeous.
No. I mean the weight cut.
Oh,
Holy shit. Like fucking 8-pack. Like, Jesus Christ.
Watterson's jacked, dude.
Yeah,
She's
that's what I
fucking
mean,
cut.
though.
well, Watterson used to fight at the weight division below 115, below strawweight. She used to
That's
fight
crazy.
at atom weight. I think it was called atom weight, 105
Couldn't
in
tell you.
Invicta.
105?
105.
Wow.
And so straw
Seriously.
weight is actually an easier weight
tall
cut
is
for her.
she?
I have no idea.
Not sure. Not very
That's
tall.
scary.
5'4".
5'3".
5'3".
Oh, so that's... You don't want to say 105 is terrible, but young Jacek at 5'6", that'd be crazy.
What's this?
for her to get down
Joanna
there.
has lost 2 of her last 3. Watterson has got 3 in a row. 3 wins in a row. Michelle, so Watterson, we'll break it down real quick. Her last 3 fights, they're all decision wins. She won a decision versus Courtney Casey. Then she won a
Who?
decision against Felicia Herrig.
Who?
And then Felicia Herrig, dude. And then she won a decision against Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
That one I've actually heard.
And then Joanna, she lost a decision against Rose, which she actually thought she won.
That was for
And
the title.
then, and I think it was actually 2 in a row, correct?
Mhm.
2 decisions in a row.
Mhm.
And then
Before that it was...
no, because because the first one
Oh,
she
she
got
got
knocked
knocked
out, and then lost the decision against
Mhm.
Rose. Then she beat Tisha Torres via decision, and then she lost her last fight. It was last year, by the way. This is her first fight, Joanna
What,
Jacek. This is her
10 months?
first fight this year, and yeah, her last one she lost the decision against Shevchenko, which she just got. Shevchenko just
Yeah,
fucking
but she went
did
5
what she
rounds.
does, but yeah, she didn't get knocked out.
Yeah,
And
that's
this
kinda
is
the crazy part.
this is her first fight with fake tits.
That's yeah,
Young Jacek?
this is true.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right after the Shevchenko
you know she got a boob
fight.
job.
She went and
No
got a boob
idea.
job. Yep.
They look beautiful.
Well,
They're perfect. They're a good size. She didn't go over the top. They look good on her.
That's probably why I
Not
didn't
gonna lie.
notice, is because they're still small.
But I think that's
They
probably
are not big.
that's probably why she was out
Good
for
for her.
10 months.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Maybe.
I mean, it's got to be a decent recovery time on that.
Yeah, I'm
I gotta
assuming.
wonder if that,
I can't
as
imagine.
a fighter, if that would like affect.
It didn't affect
anything? Like,
Paige.
what if it like bursts or
That-
breaks or
that's
something?
why
Is that,
I think
is that even possible?
it is possible because I think that's why in New York they didn't ban like plastic implants and stuff like that, but like when I went out to Buffalo, Pearl Gonzalez had fake tits, and like the day before the fight they almost canceled that fight because of like the implants, because
Interesting.
they thought it was like a safety thing or something like that.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it's probably very, very, very low chance
I
of
mean,
anything
that-
happening, but like I feel like it's still a possibility.
yeah,
right?
I mean
like,
Paige discussed
if you
it.
take a kick to the chest, like a hard kick to the chest or
Yeah.
something, or
I mean, Paige discussed
No.
it when right after she got her fake tits, and she was like, "Oh, like she explained it, like, yeah, I know there's a
you're
certain
calling
risk and
them
everything."
fake tits,
Whatever,
breast implants.
breast implants,
Call
fake
them
tits,
fake tits. That's what they are.
titties. So, I mean, Paige discussed it, but she said it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's the same thing as like almost getting an eye poke or something and having laser eye surgery or something like that. So
Sure.
I feel like Joanna's. It's not going to affect Joanna at all. It's just that's probably why she was out
It-
for 10
I'm sure
months.
it won't. Just a thought.
Randomly speaking of Paige, she's been cleared to fight.
And she's now a brunette or redhead or something.
Yeah, it's like red.
Hmm.
Yeah, like
Looks
actual
nice.
red.
It's
Cool.
nice.
Cool.
Not bad.
Cool.
Side note: Paige is selling like 200 pairs
Shoes.
of shoes. Yep. And Eric is actually trying to buy one of them.
I kind
Really?
of wanted a pair of those too.
All right.
Just randomly.
Buy a pair, dude.
Same reason I bought a Mossville t-shirt.
Eric said that if he wins them, I'll buy them.
There you go.
So
Fantastic.
I'll wear them on the
So-
podcast.
Predictions. Y'all got Joanna.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finish.
Yeah. Finish. No, I'm going decision actually. I don't think
she'll
she's finished a
finish her.
fight in like 3 years or something.
I think she'll be motivated too.
I'm going Karate Hottie.
Oh, okay.
Think so?
I think Karate Hottie's gonna
Go weigh your bets then, dude.
she's gonna beat Joanna.
I like
She's
her.
a big underdog.
I like Michelle
Yeah, she is.
more.
She's like plus 200 or something. I was just looking at it
Yeah.
before we started this.
I think I will place a bet on that fight actually.
Do it, you won't.
I do like her more as a person and everything, but
See, I really like Joanna. She's one of my more favorite actually female fighters. But
I feel like she complains too much.
sure,
But yeah.
she used to.
Plus
She
300.
did. She was real bitter after losing her. Wow. She was real
300.
bitter after losing her belt to Rose. She just got real bitter. Whatever. I can look past that. I like Joanna. But I think Michelle's going to take this fight. I think she's going to be a big upset.
How much you want on that?
I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think she's going to
$50?
dominate her, but I think she's going to get the win.
$50?
$50? No, I'll put 10 on it.
I'll put 10 on it.
Put $10 on that.
Like when you're 40.
Gotta spend more in gas to get out there.
Seriously.
How about
But then what you do is
if
you link
Michelle
that
Watterson, if she wins, you guys have to let your hair grow out
I'm actually letting my
till
hair
the end of the year. And if Joanna wins, I have to shave my head.
Hair grow out to the end of the year? Do you know what I'd fucking look like?
Do you know what I'd look like if I shaved my head?
Better than I would look with my hair grown out for 3 months.
I got an oddly shaped head.
I don't even care. You can wear a hat.
So can you.
With weird little wisps hanging out of it? No, I'm
For
good.
2 months. You wouldn't
So-
have wisps after 2 months of
You
not
don't
cutting
know
your
how
hair.
fast
So actually, I'm growing my
Apparently I
hair.
don't.
I'm growing my hair and my beard out starting January all the way until I think April. I'm not gonna get any haircut, like shave my beard or nothing for St.
Why?
Patrick's.
Oh, yes. That's right. You're telling me that
It'll
already.
be the third year I've
Okay.
done it, I think.
Cool.
So, yeah. Come April on Guys Talking Fights, I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Can't wait. All right,
So
so
this is what you do. You do Nico Price,
Nico
Crone
Price.
Gracie, Michelle Watterson. Okay? What'd you say, $10?
Guys Talking
Yeah.
Gambling.
$10?
Yep.
That'll get you 93.
Ooh.
That's a little bit better.
Ooh.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Do
You have to
it.
go 100. Do it. You won't.
$100.
$100.
Bet $100,
$930 payout.
Oh.
or I lose $100.
Yeah, that's $100.
It's a lot of money. I just spent over $100 for the new microphone and the arm booms.
Oh, don't give that away. That's
I
a
just got a
secret.
$140 grievance
Too
payment
late now.
that somebody put in, so
Oh,
Yeah,
so
we
nice.
all got
They
that,
gave me
yeah.
$140.
Yeah, we all got that. That's nice.
Let's talk
Yeah,
fights.
so there you
Anyway,
go.
Cub Swanson and
Fights,
Crone
not
Gracie,
finances.
the co-main event coming up this weekend.
Submission, Crone Gracie.
I
Yep.
agree.
Cub Swanson has lost his last 4 fights. Submitted by Brian Ortega. Decision against Frankie Edgar. Submitted by Moicano. Decision
There's a
against
pattern
Shane
here.
Burgos. Yeah,
By
so
split.
2 of his last 4 losses. Yeah, it's true. 2 of his last 4 losses are by submission.
And he go 3 for 5.
That's sort of what Crone Gracie does.
It
Crone
is
Gracie's
what
5-0.
sort of.
He beat Alex
He's a
Carceres.
100%
He submitted him in the
submission
first
rate.
round. So that's probably a thing.
Look, the last time Cub Swanson won
He's
a
a
fight
Gracie.
was 3 years ago. I think it was. I think it was 16. Yeah, I think it was 2016. He beat Artem Lobov.
The GOAT, Artem Lobov.
The GOAT or whatever you
The
want to
GOAT
call
of bare knuckle boxing. Not of MMA.
Cub Swanson, read my lips. Cub Swanson is losing this fight by submission in the first round.
I agree that he loses via submission. I don't know if it's going to be the first round. But yeah. I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Crone Gracie takes it. He's going to sub him. That's kind of what he does. So
Most definitely. Most definitely.
What's the over-under on Crone?
He's not as heavily favored as Joanna is. He's minus 200.
I'd still put money on him.
Yeah, most definitely.
on Gracie?
Yeah.
Cub Swanson's the favorite?
No.
No, Crone Gracie's the favorite.
I was going to say,
Minus
that
200.
makes no sense.
Yeah, no, he's minus
What
200.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Other big fights on that card. This is a good,
It's a very good card for ESPN Plus.
Violent Bob Ross.
Violent Bob Ross. Got Luis Pena fighting
Matt Frivola.
Matt Frivola. They're
Matt-
both 7-1. Frivola's 7-1-1. Luis Pena's 7-1.
And Frivola has a fantastic nickname. The Steamroller Frivola.
Frivola.
It's
You with
great.
those nicknames, dude.
I just like those trivial
Frivola,
shits.
I believe this will be Frivola's 3rd fight in the UFC. His first 2 was TKO loss against Marco Polo Reyes, another cool name, Marco Polo.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just beat Jalen Turner via decision. Frivola, that was his most recent fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pena's coming off 2 wins against Steven Peterson a decision, and then he just knocked out Matt Wyman.
No, Wyman.
W-I-M-A-N.
Wyman.
That's what I
Now,
thought too.
Steven Peterson, is that the guy that just got the spinning back fist knockout with a Superman tattoo on his chest? Is that Steven Peterson? I believe it is, actually.
Is he fighting again that soon?
I'm not sure.
No, Peterson. We're saying Peterson fought.
Yeah, this was
okay.
Louis
Violent
Violent Bob Ross, Luis
next
Pena.
fight.
Yeah.
His if we go back 2 fights for Pena, he won a decision over Peterson.
Spinning back fist is how I know him.
Yeah. And
That
then
was
Mike
the spinning
Trizano.
back fist
he
countered
lost.
with a spinning back fist.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
That
Peterson. Yeah, so he beat him via decision. Then beat Wyman. So if Pena wins this fight, which I think he's going to, I'm gonna go Violent Bob Ross on this one.
I'm actually going with Steamroller.
Okay. You're going with Steamroller for Vola?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Pena, I wasn't really too impressed with his last fight. Vola was super entertaining. It was like a brawl type thing.
His last fight was a knockout.
It was a knock.
Finished him. He finished Wyman.
Yep. So, I'm going with Frivola.
Okay. I'm going Violent Bob Ross.
I'm always wrong though. So
Zachary?
Violent Bob Ross. Violent Bob Ross.
Violent Bob Ross. Fuck yeah, dude.
What a name, dude.
they both have great nicknames.
Can't beat that.
It's the battle of
Absolutely.
the nicknames on this one.
Right.
Hell yeah. And then headlighting the prelims, we were sort of just did we mention James Vick? Yeah, because that was
That was surprised
Dan
all of
Hooker's
us, I
last
think.
fight. That was Dan Hooker's last fight, but Nico
Wait a minute,
Price, and James Vick. James Vick moving up,
That's the biggest X factor in this
moving
fight.
up to 170, moving up to welterweight.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting Nico Price. James Vick is fucking 6'4". Thank God he's not at 155 anymore, because
That was insane.
I don't know how the hell he was making that weight. He looked like shit. I think he got knocked out by Gaethje, and then he got knocked out by
Hooker.
Hooker.
You were right.
I think this is probably the best thing that James Vick could do right now is to move up. So I'm really curious what he's going to look like at welterweight.
What was that?
You were right about Peterson.
Ah,
That's the guy.
Nice.
Spinning back fist.
Good call.
that trivial shit.
Seriously, you got that trivial brain,
I
bro.
got that trivial.
I
dumb,
do not.
worthless-
That's why I write everything down. Who you guys got? Nico Price, James Vick?
Taking Nico Price on that one.
Me too.
I remember his last fight. Vic going up to welterweight.
I like Nico Price a lot,
Yeah,
by the way.
he's cool.
Just throwing that out there.
Super cool guy.
Yeah.
I like his fighting style.
Me too.
But I'm going with. Should I go with a knockout? I don't know if I should go with a knockout on this one. Just like a really fun, dominant decision. I'm going with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pulling that one out of my ass.
James Vick.
Ooh,
Vic.
Just be different.
I like it.
Just to be different.
I like it.
Not super confident, just
Not betting hot sauce
going
on
the
it.
other way.
Yeah, I'm not.
Come on, dude.
I'm not betting it. By the way, that last hot sauce wasn't that bad. It went
No,
down
not
and I
bad.
didn't feel it. So you should do Frank's Red Hot next time.
Burnt
too.
the throat. Oh, should I?
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next
I
time.
won't do that. No
I'm not
thanks.
betting. You guys should bet.
No, it's okay.
I'm always fucking betting
Okay.
hot sauce, and I'm always losing.
I would have bet on the last
True that.
fight.
How far in are we?
Is he?
We're about 48 minutes in.
40 minutes in?
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I got nothing else unless you want to, if there's anything else this weekend, maybe honorable mentions isn't Eric Anders is fighting?
Eric Anders is going back down to middleweight. He's been fighting at light heavyweight recently. I remember he got destroyed by Khalil Roundtree, so he's going back down to middleweight. Excited to see what he does down there. I liked him better at middleweight
He's
than I
fighting
did at light
Gerald
heavyweight.
Mearshart.
Yes.
That's a fun fight. That'll be a good fight. That's the first fight on the
Your boy. Your
Yep.
boy Anders.
your boy Eric Anders.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a fun fight.
Trying to think of anything else on that card. That was actually a really stacked card for an ESPN Plus card.
This is a good card. Yeah, you want Jacob Swanson, and then you got Mackenzie Dern's fighting on that card.
Oh, she's returning. Yep.
Yep.
From having a child, and
It's a
she's
strawweight
gonna
fight.
miss weight.
Yeah, she's missed weight a lot, hasn't she? Mackenzie
she has.
Dern.
I think she's gonna miss weight again. Unfortunately, she's fighting Mueller, Jamie Mueller. Is that right?
Mackenzie Dern.
Yes.
Amanda Rebus.
Amanda Ribas. Okay, Amanda Ribas. I don't know. who
Rebus
that
is 7-1. Mackenzie Dern 7-0.
I think Dern.
Amanda Rebus, she fought Emily Whitmore. Whitmire. Sorry, Emily Whitmire. She submitted her.
Oh, you know what? I think we
that's
saw
her only
Rebus.
fight right now. It was June this year. She fought June.
I forgot which
Emily
one of you guys
Whitmire.
I was talking to about that, but I think, Zach, I think it was you. Will went upstairs or something, and we watched Rebus make a great comeback. And we're like, wow, that was a great fight. And she finished her and knocked her out or something. Was that Rebus?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
She submitted her in the second round.
Oh man, I totally forgot about that. Okay, I'm going with Rebus on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I want Rebus to win.
I think Rebus beats Mackenzie Dern
I hope so. I don't like Dern, so yeah.
just because she can't make weight.
Because she can't make weight, and I really like Rebus. If it's the same girl I'm thinking of.
Great. Mackenzie Dern. She her last fight submitted Amanda Cooper, who is 3-5,
ABC.
and then she beat a decision against Ashley Yoder.
Mm-hmm.
And those are her 2 fights in the UFC.
You got Rebus on there?
Yeah, Rebus was her.
Was that Rebus?
Everything I just said was Mackenzie Dern.
Okay, get Rebus on there. So what was Rebus's last fights?
Yep, I just said them. They were the submission against Emily Whitmire, and that was her only fight.
A submission. Okay, it's not the same girl then. Is it? No, it's not the same girl.
Random news.
Random news.
Random news.
Let's hear it, bro.
Dan Hooker says he would take a fight with Cowboy Cerrone if it was offered,
Ooh.
but felt
So
like
they
it
talked
was,
about it.
bad form to call him out after Cowboy's last loss was a knockout.
Okay.
Felt like it was
What a respectful
inappropriate
Inappropriate to call him out after
after a knockout.
knockout.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. Another fight this weekend at bantamweight on the prelims. Marlon Vera and Andre Ewell.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun fight.
Yep.
That's a cool one.
I do like the flyweight one. Deveson Figueroa, I think his name is. Figueroa versus Tim Elliott. That's actually a really good fight at flyweight.
Fight, isn't it?
It's like the middle of the pack, I feel like, but that's actually a very good fight at flyweight. I think Figueroa is actually top 5, I think, at flyweight.
He's 16-1, Figueroa.
Yeah, he's really good.
Figueroa.
He's really good. He might be.
You're right. I don't know why I thought it was one.
Yep, it's like 3 or 4 fights before the main event of the prelims. Yeah. It's good. It's a good card. It's good. About 2 or 3 good fights on the prelims. Got 3 or 4 good fights on the main card, and it's on ESPN Plus, and it's at 8 p.m. So it's an earlier card, which is kind of nice.
Yes.
And it's on
I don't
ESPN
mind
Plus.
the
So
earlier cards.
I was falling asleep during this last one.
Yeah.
you were, dude.
Oh man, it was
You
brutal.
almost missed the last 2 fights.
Yeah. So.
Last fight was the one to catch.
Yep.
Izzy doing his thing.
I caught it.
Looked so fucking good.
I was holding my eyes
So
open, but I
good.
caught
And
it.
when he was asked by Ariel Helwani, another random little thought here, Ariel asked him who he was impressed by in his weight division, and he immediately threw out Jared Cannonier.
Mm-hmm.
Threw that out right away.
And Cannonier, earlier in that same show with Ariel Helwani, had said that he had liked Israel for a while.
Yeah, he'd been a
And
fan
not
of his
necessarily
before
was
he
like
got
cheering
into the UFC.
for him or anything like that on Saturday night. He just said he just likes to watch the fights.
He's been watching him, and he's impressed with him.
Yep.
He was impressed with him, and he had been watching him before he was in the UFC.
Yep.
Be fun to see those guys meet potentially.
2 guys not lacking in confidence.
That damn right, dude. Cannonier with his elements and his fucking rocks and stones and
I don't
graphite.
see I don't see a lot
Crystals.
of talk between those two. The one thing that I
No,
heard
man,
that
not
might
at all.
be might
Cannonier
be
doesn't really talk shit.
No,
He doesn't really
no.
say anything.
Sorry, but he's a little boring.
His personality's boring. His fighting
fighting
style is
style
the
is great.
opposite of boring.
Great.
He's so fun to watch fight, and that's really all I give a fuck about.
He's just like
You don't need to sell the fight to me if that's how you fight. You don't have to say a fucking word.
He's like
You can be
Musasi.
mute
He's like
for all I care.
He's like Gegard Musasi.
I was gonna say he's a lot like Habib.
Habib, where he's just his style and just his overpowering is just enough to make you.
I would say
really
even
care that
Habib
he's
is
not much of a
more
soundbite.
likely to say something or talk a little shit than Cannonier
I
is.
think the thing that makes Habib sound differently is that sometimes the broken English comes out as tougher than
it's that,
if he was
that Russian
Well,
accent.
I think it is too. Like the what's the famous line? Like, show me where and we meet or whatever.
Send me the location.
Exactly.
Send me a location.
Send me the location.
So if he had just been
I'm
like,
going to. He does say shit like I'm going to change his face.
Like, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
stuff like that just wouldn't...
I'm going to maul you.
It doesn't
Like,
actually...
Cannonier doesn't even say that. Smish.
Smish.
You smish your boy.
Exactly, so...
Yeah, just saying. Cannonier doesn't say fucking anything. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to fight good, and I'm going to win.
Yep.
And he does.
Yep.
Like we said earlier, 3 fights, three knockouts, 3 finishes for Cannonier, so maybe they'll meet someday. That'd be cool. All right, boys, we good? Episode 7 in the books.
Real quick.
Anything else? Go ahead, dude.
Shout out to Karen.
To Karen.
Karen.
John Jones, is he going back and forth?
What the fuck was Karen?
Tinder.
Oh,
She asked for a shout out.
what up, Karen?
John Jones and Izzy going back and forth.
Oh, yeah, John Jones. Yeah. Adesanya and John Jones going at it.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
bit.
I think we,
Yeah.
at least, Will and I definitely thought that Izzy looked a little bit bigger than he did in the Gastelum fight.
Yeah, I feel like he put on a little bit of muscle mass
Yep.
since in the last
Definitely.
5 months, 6 months since he fought Gastelum.
Something like that.
4 or 5 months.
Well,
Yeah.
before the
I
fight,
think
he
he got-
definitely had a back and forth with John Jones before, and John Jones was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, he's light in the ass or something." Now
Yeah.
that Izzy is champ, I'm pretty sure after the fight, he's even talked about John Jones still.
I don't think it's
Adesanya
Izzy
said he'd
as
like
much
to defend his belt
talking about
first.
John Jones. It's more John Jones talking about Adesanya. It's kind of I see more John Jones
fair-
bringing it up more than Adesanya is.
I think Adesanya brought it up first.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's fairly even at this point.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
I don't know. I saw recently John Jones posted up that something along the lines, and I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
the exact quote,
no, I
but
know what you're going.
by
for,
the
though.
time this kid,
Yeah.
which is funny that because
Yeah.
John Jones is like 32 and Izzy's 30, but regardless, I see what he's doing because Izzy's at least new for the UFC, new-ish. By the time this kid gets enough confidence and moves up to 205, I'll already be at heavyweight by 2021.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. Just like by the time he gets up here, I'll already be at heavyweight.
I
So,
heard
I
somebody
don't know if
else
he's saying that to
complaining
kind of
about it,
maybe
but-
coax Adesanya to move up quicker than he wants to try to fight John Jones sooner. So maybe
Maybe.
Jones is trying to be like, hey man, I'm already be at heavyweight by the time 2021 rolls around, so why don't you get your fucking scrawny ass up here and let's fight sooner than later.
It's a little weird. I think that'd be a fun fight. I mean, they're both about the same size height wise. I mean,
John Jones fucking wins that fight all day.
Yep.
you think so?
Yep.
Even if he gets
yeah.
his,
I
even if he
really
gets
do.
his
Man.
weight up.
I'm
Yeah.
a Jones fan, so I would love to see him put Adesanya in the trophy case.
I would say that I like Adesanya more than John Jones.
Yeah.
But I just think John Jones wins that fight.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody right now in any division beating John Jones. I just
The only thing I
don't
would
see it.
see is if he screws around the way he did with Thiago.
I don't think he would though. I don't think he would with
but that's what I
Adesanya.
mean. Because if he screws around, then he catches one to the face and he's done.
Yep.
Because I
Yeah.
think we all were impressed with John Jones' chin in the last fight.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I think we were all pretty impressed with Robert Whittaker's chin until Saturday.
That's true.
That being said, though, even though I kind of said that pretty quick, give Adesanya if John Jones did wait around and stick around at light heavyweight, and Adesanya did have 2 more years of experience in MMA, and was able to put on some more muscle mass, and was able to get a little bigger, and had some
Needs
more
to get
tough
his ass
fights,
in the
like
jiu-jitsu gym.
fought Yoel Romero, fights Paulo Costa, maybe another fight against Robert Whittaker,
Jared Cannonier.
fights a Jared Cannonier, has maybe those 4 fights right there, puts on more muscle, then moves up. Maybe it's a close
He's
fight,
already
but I
said
still
he'd
gotta
like to defend his
I still
belt
go
before
John Jones
he
though.
talks anything about John Jones again.
Yeah,
He's already said that.
he said he wants to clear out his division. He wants
Exactly.
to clear out that division. So
And I don't think it'd be, I don't want to say it wouldn't be all that tough, but
to clear out that division,
I mean, a lot of the guys in that division are very
everything we
similar.
said, a rematch against Whittaker,
It's all very
a rematch
similar
against
guys.
Kelvin Gastelum. See what happens. What's Darren Till do at 185? That's a fucking tough
Jared
fight.
Cannonier,
Jared
Paulo Costa.
Cannonier looking beastly. Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero. Like Those are all really
Yoel's on the
tough
way out,
fights,
though.
man.
I like Yoel, but he's on the way out.
He's on the way
I
out.
think
He's
so,
going up
too.
to 205. I don't think he's going to fight for the 185 title.
Is he officially going up to 205 though? He doesn't
I
have a
think he
fight,
should.
does he?
I don't know. I don't know if he's actually officially going up or not.
That'd be a fun fight to see John Jones
Well,
fight.
that's what I mean.
Fight
I mean, John Jones
Yoel
doesn't
Romero
have a lot
at
else there.
205.
John Jones doesn't have a lot else there. I mean, you've got Thiago coming back. You've got Gustafsson retired. You've got Anthony Smith. But honestly,
Jan
he
Blachowicz.
did not look good.
You got Jacare Souza moving up to 205. You got Chris Weidman going up to 205.
No one beats John Jones.
You got
at
Johnny
205.
Walker fighting Corey Anderson.
No one beats John Jones at 205.
I'm not worried about
None of those guys I just mentioned. Yoel Romero moving up to 205.
No.
Honestly, I think Yoel has a better shot only because of the huge hands.
I agree with you guys. I'm just
And the wrestling.
sort of playing devil's advocate, throwing these guys out
No,
there.
I
but
get
yeah,
you. I get you
I don't
throwing
think
out
any of
everybody
them-
else in that division. That
I wouldn't have confidence in anyone I just said beating John Jones either.
No.
Not saying that it couldn't happen.
he's proved he could be
Like
the top
we
level
know
wrestler
basically nothing
twice.
about Johnny Walker.
That's true.
Like
That's true.
he has just had some amazing flash knockouts. He looks great. He's super relaxed in the octagon.
He's fighting in New York City on the Diaz Masvidal fight.
Yeah, let's see how he does
Masvidal
against.
card.
Let's see how he does.
They
Hey,
just keep
Corey
piling
Anderson, right?
stuff onto that
Corey
card.
Anderson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Corey Anderson, right? No, who's he fighting?
Card is so good.
Who's Johnny Walker fighting? Corey Anderson.
Who's Johnny Walker fighting?
Sorry.
Corey Anderson's fighting somebody. Is it Johnny Walker? God damn it, we should know this.
I don't think Johnny Walker's fighting Corey Anderson.
No,
I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time.
I know. Jacare is moving up to fight Jan
Yes.
Blachowicz.
Yes, he is
Which I
fighting up,
say
and
Jan
so
takes
and
that
so is Weidman. Weidman's moving up to 205.
Corey Anderson, Johnny Walker.
Okay, I was
Beautiful. All right,
Wrong. I was wrong.
that's a good fight.
Mhm.
It's a big one for that division too. It's a big fight for that division.
Hard.
I hope that fight goes at least a couple rounds so we can see Johnny Walker do some work
Yeah.
for more than a couple minutes.
Somehow he has the magic touch. He just goes
He
in there
really
and
does.
touches someone, they die.
Dude.
Yep.
That card makes me hard.
How about who just beat Iwan Cutelaba? Just
Yeah.
beat
Khalil Roundtree?
Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah.
He's not really ranked really high, but he looked fucking good.
He looked great.
He's a beast of it. This is the thing. These are all good fighters, and they all got power. I mean, yeah, 205 division, obviously, light heavyweight. They all have power. Almost every guy up there has knockout power. But just like you guys are saying, I'm agreeing 100%. John Jones is on such another level.
I mean, you look at,
Fuck.
I think the top 10, Shogun Hua is in the top 10. Okay?
Isn't he coming back?
I don't know. I don't care.
Right?
John Jones is on a completely different level from like number 8. Completely different level.
Yeah.
Well, you look at who's ranked 3, and it's Anthony Smith, and it's like, okay.
It's already lost.
Did he not look like he was able to put Anthony Smith away the entire fight, and you were surprised he was still alive at the end of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gained respect for Anthony Smith. but
didn't look terrible.
No.
I thought he looked terrible.
I think he didn't have enough confidence in himself once he got into the fight. He was non-stop looking over at his corner. Instead of doing what he had been training for his whole training camp, during the fight he just kept looking at his corner every time he got in a not great position. He was looking at his corner, which sure, like guys do that, like it's not a bad thing to do, but I feel like he was doing it a lot. Like he didn't know what the fuck to do when he got in a bad position or in a bad place with John Jones.
Yep.
Like he just didn't know what the fuck to do.
But then he looked amazing against
So,
Gustafsson.
he did, and then
Well,
he
that's
fought
just proof,
Gustafsson right
though.
after that, and he looked really good against Gus. So I actually would like to see that rematch. You know,
Isn't that so weird? That
What's that?
Gustafsson looks better against John Jones than Anthony Smith does, and then Anthony Smith goes
I
out
thought
there and beats-
Anthony Smith looked better against
Really?
John Jones.
I know.
Gus
I know
got
Gustafsson-
finished. John Jones or
Doesn't matter though. I thought he was keeping pace.
I
with
mean,
him better.
I think
Gustafsson, the first fight with John Jones was
the first
super
fight
close.
looked really good. The most recent fight, I think Gustafsson did not look as good as Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith looked better
I
than
just
Gus
thought
did
Anthony
in that
Smith
second fight.
lasted 5 rounds, but just got picked apart.
Gus got finished.
No, I understand that, but
Yeah. So
I'm just
how do you
saying.
look better than
While-
someone when you get
while
finished
it
in like the second
lasted.
or third round, and then the other guy goes all 5?
no, if you're still landing punches, I don't think Anthony Smith landed shit.
Gus didn't land anything. I don't even think he hit John once.
No, I don't know about that.
I'm just
This
loving
this
it.
was last year, but still, dude, I think Anthony Smith looked better against Jones than Gus did. Gus gave Jones, I think, the toughest fight of his career, I would argue, in the first time they fought.
I feel like Santos gave him.
Santos gave him a tough fight too, but I don't think.
But that's because John Jones didn't do anything for
Jones
that fight.
decided to stand with him.
Yeah, because he's an
He
idiot.
chose to do it and still won.
Bad IQ.
Granted, one judge did give Santos the fight.
That was the first time in John Jones's UFC career that a judge gave the other fighter the fight.
No shit.
First time.
And John Jones basically let it happen. He was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll just stand with you. I'm gonna win anyway."
Stupid.
I agree. Still got the win though.
Jones outstruck him by a ton, but he had no knockdowns.
Yeah. True. You boys good?
I'm
Want
good.
to call it?
I'm good. We
Episode 7, wrap it up.
almost had it under an hour. Almost.
Yeah, we got going there at the end.
105. We're good.
It's all good. Perfect. Thank you all for watching. See you.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Rate, review.
Give us a thumbs up.
Yep.
Subscribe.
We're at
Other
like.
stuff.
We're
We
at
should
like
start
four-
saying it at the beginning from now on.
Well, if you
Even if you don't watch the whole thing, even if you watch 2 minutes of it, just hit that like
watch the
button.
whole thing.
if you've made it this far, you need to subscribe now. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Absolutely.